Hi, I'm Isabel Alexander, and I'm here to sing for you today. Just kidding. No, I'm not going to sing. That's not one of my many talents and strengths. I want to remind you of the lyrics of a country song, eons ago. But if you're my people, you know who I'm talking about when I say, take this job and shove it, which was quite popular back in the day and probably still is today. In fact, it's a term that's often used when you are just so fed up with the job, with the man, or in our case, with the woman. I have often said that I'd like to take this job and shove it. But then I realized I worked for me. Yeah, that's the deal. When you own your own business, you can't just say, I quit. You cannot say, boss, take this job and shove it. Although often, I know, let's fess up, we'd like to. I used to make a lot of jokes around this, but as they say, in all jest, there is an element of truth. I used to say, I work for a real bitch. Man, she drives me hard. She never gives me a break. I can't please her. Nothing's good enough. She always wants to do something more, bigger, better. And then, oops, wait a minute. I'm my own bitch. So as an entrepreneur, I know you feel me. I know you get this. I know you sing the song, that there are so many times that we would like to quit our own role, our own job as the CEO of a company that we have built. And so that's why these days I am having a lot of conversations with my peers, with my clients. There are so many of us of the baby boomer generation and the Gen X generation, especially in light of recent world events. We're worn out. We're burnt out. We are exhausted, depleted, disillusioned, demoralized. It's a constant battle every day to keep a business afloat. Hell, just keep it afloat. Not even think about growing it has become a very arduous task and often a very thankless job. So when you come to that stage of you don't love your business anymore and you want to take it and shove it, you've got options, and that's what I'm doing. I am holding the hand and talking my clients through those options, and there are 5. So when you just think, oh man, like I am so screwed, I am chained to this for the rest of my life. Hold up there. You aren't. You do have options. And the 5 options that I discuss in the strategy sessions with my clients are: you can stick it out. You can choose to just do nothing. Saying no is a choice. Ignoring it is a choice. And just, I don't know, go on blindly hoping things are going to get better. Choice number 1 is stick it out, status quo, and hope that your fairy godmother comes along someday and goes, bink, and it's all better. Option number 2 is just fucking quit. That's it. Throw in the towel, give back the keys, lock the door, pull the plug on the website, lay off all the staff. Like, just walk away, because sometimes we like to just toy with that idea. What if I just silently disappear and not tell anybody, and I don't come back? I don't answer those emails. I don't respond to those urgent messages for answers, money, attention, brilliance. What if I'm just done and I quit and I walk off into the sunset? There are some complications with that, ladies, and we know that. The third option, which of course is the one that I get very excited about because that's who I am. I love to look at a situation and go, how do we make this better? How do we make this bigger? And that is to transform. But really, what am I talking about? It's not about transforming the business first. It's about transforming our role as the chief cook and bottle washer, the CEO, the president, the executive director, the person where the buck stops, is transforming our role within the company and our relationship with that business. And that's where all real sustainable change begins, is stopping thinking about us having to be the burdened business owner and transforming our thinking, elevating our feelings to chief investor. And I talk a lot about that with my clients and repositioning that, because from that opens your aperture into amazing opportunities to transform the business in the way that is right for you. The fourth option for you is to scale the business. Now, you kind of have to involve option 3, transform you, to be able to scale the business, because that's also a very common scenario, is that we, as the head of the company, the primary asset, the face that's first in front of the customers, the suppliers, the bankers, the staff, is to change our role so that then we are able to scale the business with new talent, new ideas, new opportunities that you can't always see when you're stuck in the woods, when your nose is right up against your own windshield. You can't scale a business that way. You need to transform your role in the organization to be able to do it. And then, hey, write a country song about that, because it's going to be beautiful. And the fifth option that I review and I talk about increasingly these days is, when can I sell my business? When is it the right time to get my business ready to sell it? Well, the trite answer is the day you start your business is when you start laying down the plan, the path, the vision for someday I will sell this company. And these are the important things that I must do to make this business ready for sale and to get the highest amount of value for my investment in that company. And depending on what your company is, there are a variety of things that we go through to talk about that. But interestingly, even number 5, selling your business, it begins in number 3, transforming your role. Because I will tell you from my own personal experience, I had an 8-figure business, 20 years, and I got to that take this job and shove it role in my own life. I wasn't prepared. No one had given me the guidebook, the manual, or held my hand to prepare myself for the emotional transformation that I needed to make to successfully maximize the value from my company and what I got from it in the marketplace, and to stay strong and bulletproof through the sale process. Because, wow. And I'll share that conversation with you more in depth in another episode in the future. And I think I'd like to bring some other women on and we'll talk about that because I'll tell you, they do not tell you that in the how-tos of textbooks of running your business about the emotional impact that you will go through in that process of selling your baby. Okay, so that is a lot to think about, but that's what we're working on right now and preparing for what is that choice? Do you want to just stick it out, ride it out the way things are right now with your company? And maybe that's what you need to do while you think a little while. But if you're like me and you realize, wow, I've only got so much time left in my life to do the things that I feel very drawn to do, to have the influence and the impact that I want to, and also the experiences and create the memories. So I don't recommend option one. I recommend that you start the process of thinking about what is it that you want next in your life? What do you really want for who you are today? And what would you like the next 10, 20, 30 years of your life to be more of? Is it important to you to come up with a strategy, to think about the time, the flexibility, the freedom, the fulfillment that you have earned as a woman business owner who has been in the trenches and worked the job for this long? Or is your business the kind that you just fold it up and put it in a box under the bed? I don't know. But I will tell you that there are things you can't just shove it in the box under the bed. There are winding down legal processes, financial processes, of course. And I also guarantee you, there is that whole emotional aspect that you must contend with as well. And if you don't, it will come back and bite you in the ass. Because remember, your whole identity is vested currently in this business, and it has been for a long time. Okay, so maybe not your whole identity, but a great deal of who you are today is encapsulated in that business card that says you are the CEO of this. And your habits, your routines, your networks, everybody in your social environment are somehow involved in that. So if you choose to quit that business, put it in that proverbial box under the bed, you're going to hear a lot of racket from the people all around you. Number 3, transform your role with the business. Transform your role with yourself. Celebrate the fact that you are wanting something more different in your life at this time and that you effing well deserve it. But how do you go from, well, I'm in that path, that's my behavior, that's my pattern, that's my routine, to stepping out and empowering others to carry on the vision, and also letting go of the ego that you may have around, but nobody can do it the way I do it or as well as I would do it, or I don't trust anybody else. How do you build out that team and give them the vision, empower them to go forward, and give them the accountability, the reportability back to you on the metrics of achievement so that you know it's going, and stand back and watch it flourish, because you are a fabulous leader, mentor, guide, and chief investor in your own organization. Scale it, make the decision. Okay, before I am ready to sell this business, I want more out of it, more fun, more financial certainty, more opportunity, more experience, more impact. Make that decision and then really sit with a business advisor, sit with your coach, sit with your mastermind groups, and talk about really what are the other possible opportunities for scaling your business that you may not automatically think, because you know a lot, but you don't know everything. And that is why I recommend, and I belong to peer groups with like-minded women who are a little farther up the ladder than I was, to learn from their experiences and get their perspective and welcome their wisdom. I worked with my own coaches, and I still do, because again, I know a lot, but I don't know everything. And so it is so good to reach up and ask for a hand up, some ideas, some wisdom, some shared resources, and an opportunity to just look at things through someone else's eyes and experience. And then, of course, finally, like selling the business. That's the next of the 5 options. And that is, okay, if that is the decision, you're doing it because you want something else in your life, whether that's the freedom, the money, starting your next business, which many of my clients do, whether it's taking a world trip, which is what I'm doing, but I'm still running a business and working around the world, to understanding fully that it takes a lot of work to prepare a business to get the maximum value for it. And caution you, there are millions and millions of people who right now are thinking in North America that it is time to sell their business. So be ahead of the curve, get expert advice in this decision, and be prepared for the amount of work that is involved, both emotionally and financially, and time space to prepare it so that you can sell it. Great opportunities are ahead of you, and you have choices. And I'm excited to hear what are the ones that you're thinking about. Please reach out if you want me to bring on some guests to talk about any of those options in more depth, my own personal perspective, or you'd like to come and share your story about your experiences with selling your business or transforming your role, or your favorite country western song. I would love to hear from you. On that note, have a great, great year.